Good morning. Welcome to another episode of John's Photography Diary. And it wouldn't be that unless I had a cup of coffee. Holler Mountain, Stumptown Coffee, Holler Mountain. It's good coffee, not sponsored. I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by anyone. Maybe in the future. Stumptown, if you're listening, hey, why not? Let me know. So let's talk about the Leica Q2. I know I haven't talked much about digital during these videos, but I do want to talk about the Leica Q2. I've had the Leica Q2 now for a few years. Unlike my M6 or other Leica cameras, it's not a rangefinder. It has autofocus. You've got your live view through the viewfinder, and you're seeing what you're going to get and what's going to be on the SD card when you're looking through that viewfinder. And I shoot manual, and I know a lot of people, don't, and that's fine. Everybody shoots in a different way, but I grew up with film cameras. If you've watched this series, you know that I've talked about my Nikon FE2, the Leica M6, other film cameras, and I shot manual my entire life. So it makes sense for me to shoot manual. Aperture priority, shutter priority, they all have their place. Auto ISO, all those things, autofocus. I use autofocus when I shoot with the Leica Q2, and I definitely set shutter speed and aperture with every shot. I may either use auto ISO, or sometimes I will set it depending on the circumstances and the impact of the image, but I play with that. But let's show you some images. I've done a couple photo walks in San Francisco with the Leica Q2, and I love the black and whites. I'm into black and white. I've been shooting black and white Tri-X and T-Max and Ilford films for years, and I really dig, for lack of a better word, I dig. What am I, like 1960s? I really like black and white. So landscapes, Ansel Adams, I'm a huge Ansel Adams fan. Somebody actually called me John Ansel Weinberg in one of the responses when they saw my images on Instagram. Thought it was kind of funny. But that is my inspiration, one of the greats of all time for landscape photography in black and white. And I'm honored that my images even come close. I have one on my screensaver here for my office here, and that's Half Dome. See if I can find that, and I'll put it up on the screen so you can see it. But I also shoot color, and I shot some color recently in San Francisco, Red's Java House. It is an icon in the city along the waterfront, and the bridge is in the background, and the colors were just so cool. And I actually used to work across the street from Red's Java House back in the day, and I never photographed it until recently. And then I found this other view looking through a sculpture that is a bow of a boat looking through to a fireboat that was on the water with the Bay Bridge in the background. And I love these colors. It's just beautiful, and it brings me joy. So I have made so many different images with the Leica Q2. I've done portraits, I've done landscapes, cityscapes, all kinds of different things with this Q2, and it is my regular camera along with the Leica M6. When I travel with a bag that has both of them in there, and I consider myself a hybrid shooter. I shoot both digital and film, so I'm always going to have both with me no matter where I go, and different things work in different mediums, and sometimes I want that 47 megapixels for that Q2 to make that image, and want that digital file, and sometimes I want film, and it's just making that choice between the two. But these images, and then there's this one image, I was actually lucky that Icelandic guy, Arnifer, he showed one of my images online. I do a lot of images frame within a frame, and this one of the Golden Gate Bridge framed within the chain link. I absolutely love this image, and I am doing a series of images where I'm looking through Chainlink, and it symbolizes kind of the struggles that we all go through looking through things to get to the things that we really love, or breaking through things that are the obstacles to bringing us joy or accomplishing our goals, or whatever it is that is the beauty in life that you're struggling to achieve. And it's a symbol of that chain link in the way of that gorgeous view, and knowing that we can focus past that and make that happen. So that's a series I'm working on, and that is kind of the meaning behind this image. But yeah, so Leica Q2. So some of the details: it has a 28mm lens. If I were to buy this lens separate, it would be multi-$1,000s. It is an amazing lens, and it also has macro as well, and everything's very simple and intuitive, and it is so much fun to shoot with. I think that is why it was so popular when it came out. And then there's the Q3 now, which is a different camera, has some different features, there's the Q3 43, but I think they also still make which is 43mm. And then there's also, I still think, a 28mm version of the Q3. But an amazing camera. I'm really glad I purchased it, even though it did set me back a decent amount. But for me, it was worth it. I had shot with the Fuji system, the X100T. I wasn't going to buy an X100 VI. I like the slightly bigger lens and the different way the lens is set up. The way this lens is set up, if you've got aperture around the outside, and then the Fuji system, the aperture is right up against the body. And the way, focus is you've got the focus throw tab down here, so you can do manual focus with the Q2, or you can lock it into autofocus down here. But that focus ring is closer to the body, and the aperture's on the end, on this end of the camera itself. And I like that setup better. It works better for me ergonomically. I talk about that in one of my videos. The ergonomics of a camera is huge. And I've got the thumb grip on here as well that I added. And it just is really comfortable for the size and shape of my hand, the way my eyes work, everything. It is pretty much the ideal camera for me, and I'm gonna shoot with this for the foreseeable future. So Leica Q2, a lot of fun to work with. You can get them used now for less than what they came out for. I believe they're around $3,000-$4,000 depending on the quality of the used Q2. KEH is a great site to look, or MPB, other sites to be able to pick up used Q2s. They're an amazing camera and definitely worth the purchase price, and a lot of fun to work with. It is my digital EDC, my everyday carry. And I'm actually contemplating getting rid of the red dot, but I'm not sure. It just seems weird getting rid of the red dot, but I get it. When you're out and about, it kind of screams steal me. And I know some people have had issues with that, but I've never had a problem wandering San Francisco with my Leicas. Nobody's ever talked to me, bothered me, asked anything about my red dot. So far so good. So that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments about the Leica Q2 or anything else, I would love to hear from you. For those of you that have recently subbed, thank you so much. And your comments, I love it. I'm going to be responding to everybody individually, and I'll do that as long as I possibly can. So far, there aren't so many that it's not possible. So yeah, just know that I do have another job, so I may not do those comments until either later at night or hours later because of my schedule. But yeah, keep the comments coming, and go ahead and hit that like and subscribe and share. It does help the channel. It makes it so that other people can join in and we can have a broader conversation with different people in the comments section. And I really want to build a community here. So thank you so much for hanging out. My name is John Weinberg. Till next time, take care.